Hey everybody, I'm reorganizing and restructuring. Wanted to show you some great deals from the Dollar Tree. Right here, I'm going to show you in a while which organizing drawers these fit into, and it's economical. I restructured, these used to have yarn in them, but I restructured them for my business and found me some drawers using some of the boxes that some of my supplies come in for organizers. I'm going to be labeling everything. Ran out of space over here. I love these because they're clear. Of course, still have to be labeled to understand which one. And just bear with me. Yep, that looks messy. I know. But, you know, I'm also working on watches. Got my cool tool set up here. This used to be all clean. Like the other day, I had this spotless. I should have taken a picture then. Because now that I'm reorganizing some more and restructuring, take a look at this baby. Isn't he great? That one's a he. Some of these little ones are she. Look at that one. Okay, anyhow, we're talking about organization. So at Dollar Tree for $1.25 each, great colors right here. They fit in some of the organizers. Also, I cleaned these out. I got a couple of these containers that I'm going to put inventory into as I create and prep for customer orders. And look at this one's free. Free. This one is from a TV dinner. And no, well, you can judge me if you want, but I do not have them every day. But sometimes if someone is away on travel, yes, TV dinners are employed, and this was from my recycle bin. So this one didn't even cost $1.25. The meal cost, but I was going to order something anyhow, and a cheaper way was get a decent quality TV dinner that has vegetables in it, of course. And these were $1.25 for 3. And these little babies will fit into these great clear drawers. See, right there. So you know how organization is. You sort of scan out the space and plan as you go. So I was hoping these would fit in these drawers I just showed you, but clearly only one would fit, so that's useless. So that's why I'm employing the smaller ones. You can see my system here. I can stack another one of these, like right there on top. By the way, this one also probably won't be using the lid, but it came with the lid. $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Nice and clear. See how that fits right in there? So I'm employing my free one, my $1.25 one, and I'll be using this for supplies and inventory because the more organized one is, the more efficient. And I have found that to be true. And I know it looks like I'm never organized because this looks like craziness and chaos, but I do label. And I try. And so then after a while, I'm like, we are going to get even more organized. So here we go. This one up here, I got to show you these great organizers from Walmart. Yes, I still use Walmart. I'm not sure who else has these, but these are reasonably priced. Here's what I love. I cleaned this one out. I restructured. Look at this. These are for tools, by the way. You can get them in the tool section. And you can use them for anything. I use them for you saw my gears. I use them for watch supplies and things of that nature. Other supplies that I incorporate. But you can get this size. You can buy them in packages, which I didn't need to do because I knew I was going to restructure that one. Okay, this is another one. Look at this nice little one. Now, you're going to see that I need to do another job with my chain. But this used to work for my chain, for my new chain, when I got it in. Look at that. Look how awesome. I mean, and it lifts out, and there you go. Now, yes, this used to be just a few things in there, but then as I incorporate and continue to organize, as it is, you know, an ongoing journey, this is not going to be adequate. So I'm going to have to come up with a new idea to better organize my chain. I was noticing I need help on that. And when I say help, I mean I'm going to have to help myself because everybody else has too much to do. I can't get my daughters to work for me as much. They got their own gigs going. But look at that, this drawer. This was my chain, and it is totally unmet. Every time I go to create an order for somebody, it's too chaotic. I mean, I get it done, but I'm like, this can be more efficient. So we are going to have more efficiency. And you can see I need to come up with a different system for chain, maybe use those drawers for some other other, you know, items that need organizing. But isn't that awesome? Look how small it is. And then you've got this size. They have other sizes. Tool department, Walmart. Okay, now I'm going to take you out. And you will not believe how my awesome, yes, I know it's chaos in here, but look at this great light. Pulled this out of my garage when I was doing my workbench. I probably got this for someone for a Christmas gift, and they're not using it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This thing is awesome. I'm going to set this up on my dining room table, which I also call my desk and my create center if I'm in the house. And I'm going to have a great party with that thing while I'm working on my gears. But take a look at this. Okay, my garage still looks bad, but you used to not even be able to walk in here. My poor cat, one of them that eats out here, she had to be squished by all sorts of junk. But look, I'm going to show this to you because I don't know how long it's going to stay this neat. But I actually have things like put in an organized fashion. Yes, I know to some it still looks like chaos. But for me, I've set this over here instead of on my cork board because it was hiding my awesome tools that I use for soldering and welding. And then look at this, Dollar Tree. Now I have found that you kind of have to like be in the space for a while, and then also, you know, because I do it economically, when I'm out and about, if I see stuff and I know exactly where it can go, then I get it. Otherwise I can't get it because it will just be something else, you know, that's taking up space. I moved the press up there. These shelves are high, but I don't always bring that press down. And yes, I can reach it because I am average height. Some people like to say that I'm not because they're so tall, but I'm average height. I'm repurposing this. People that help in my family with dishes and things decided they didn't like this nice little shelf, which was great for my plates. But everybody's pitching a fit because it wasn't the same. So they threw it on my workbench, throw it on Mom's workbench, and it just sat there doing nothing. But I'm like, hey, I'm going to put that to use when I work on my copper. If I've got sheeting and stuff, I can put it here, or if I need another shelf to put things on, I put my scrap that I recycled for starting fires, you know, creating some of the tinder inside of this, and it's to the side. This I used to use in an antique store for displays and such, but look at how great it is for my copper. Yes, I know it looks unorganized, but I know where it is. And there's my drawer of scrap copper. And yes, if you're wondering, am I ever going to use it? I'm working on that. Okay, you can see I'm always a work in progress. And there's all of my sandpaper. All right, now I came out here to show you guys. Oh, I know it seems like I'm off topic, but I'm not. Look at how awesome these are. These things have been proven to be invaluable. I got these for people last Easter or an Easter ago to go in treat bags because I like to get people stuff that's useful and not just the poison sugar, which yes, I'll probably get again sometime because it's what people like the most. But I also like to get useful things like this. Now, just love this. I know this doesn't mean as much to everybody, but anyone who has been in here and seen it, they know this becomes a catch-me-all for the whole entire family. So I am so tickled that that is cleaned. Now, if you'll direct your attention over here, there is some organization. And look, you can see these right in there. This poor little thing is dilapidated and quite old, and I was going to give it away, but until I can find something else that works and I try to do things economically, I'm going to put it to use, even though, look at that, I know. And I keep thinking, that's going to be a pain every time I get something out. Fortunately, these are not things I use all of the time, but I've been going through my inventory. It's time to clear out, clean up. Oh, and look at this. I know this doesn't mean anything to people who haven't been in my garage before, but this used to be neat, then it got out of control, and it has looked horrible for the last, I don't know, 2-3 years. I mean, it's hard to find the time, right? But look how neat it is right now. So when it gets bad again, no, I'm hoping it doesn't get bad, but let's pretend like it does. I am going to watch this video and remind myself that we can put it back together all neat. And then I've made all of this neat in the garage, trying to find zones, as I always do. Garden stuff, you can see these are lamps and lights that I fixed, the solar ones. So I did pare down and decide to part with some more things that need to be fixed for the yard, other things I can use. So it looks like that still needs to be gone through. But, oh, all the candles, look at there. All of the battery operated. Went through those, pitch stuff. All right, so that's not what we were out here for. But I will say that this was repurposed. This used to be my laundry basket, and my daughter kept telling me that thing is, you know, it would always be would bend all the way down and just be nothing but a big disaster in there. So instead, I got one with wheels at Aldi's that I put in the laundry room. And this was supposed to be, oh, these are things, I'll even put these in there that we can use for target practice. But our overfill and supplies if we ever need them. You know, like survivalist stuff just to have on hand if we ever need them is in there. Plenty of duct tape. I've got my whole supply of duct tape. Look at this. I love these things. Don't you guys love them? You get them? Well, you can probably get them anywhere, but I had got these at Lowe's a long time ago. And then I keep them in my tin because I just put them up as I find I need them. When I was cleaning out someone's stuff, I found this, and they don't even know they have it. Look at that. This, you've got to see this. I was so excited because it's just an awesome, I'm going to put this camera down for a minute so I can barrel it out here. It is fantastic. This one is a cutter, and it's nicer than any of the other cutters that I've seen. Plus, it's doggone sturdy. Now, I'm going to show you this button. This is the button that you have to push. You guys probably have one of these, but I usually have cheap, junky ones. And I mean, they're, you know, useful for what I need. But look at all this awesome stuff. More cutters right here. And it's Milwaukee. I mean, who doesn't like Milwaukee, right? And you can replace the blade. I mean, I got to tell you guys, when I go to work on stuff, I am so excited because I found some really cool stuff. I put my pipe cutters up here. Got some good stuff going on right there. Sometimes I do mix in my things that I might use to start fires right in here because it all goes the same way, like my duct tape. This is my regular one. And then I've got my fire starter. This stuff works so great for starting your fire and keeping it going, you know, like if you're doing your fire where it's wet outside and you're trying to keep it going. That's why this one is stripped, like in thin strips where I've torn it. So you can see that sometimes I do decide, you know what, we have to combine some of our stuff, you know, maybe our things that we might use for campfires or for when we're out processing wood with the workshop, and that's okay as long as we know where it's at, because it is a struggle. I got to tell you, sometimes to go through, and there's a lot of psychology behind it. When one goes through their organization process, it's so overwhelming because most of us don't know where to start, and you know, we don't. But I decided that I'm just going to make the best of it and not give up and keep trying. So I took a board that was in my house and no longer being used because we're using the wall for something else. And I can pin, you know, information that I might be stamping or doing for customer orders that I don't want to forget. And yes, see how I've combined for when I do my target practice. I don't want to throw these arrows away because, for one, even the inexpensive ones can add up, and I can fix these shafts at times, so I'm keeping them. I can show people like this, what they look like on the inside if they do break. And I have to say, I've only broken maybe 2 at the max of these arrows in target practice because they are pretty sturdy. They hold up very well. And when I go to get more, those are my #1 arrow that I'll be getting. And then I've got some of the arrows, not that one, but some of the heavier arrows that I might use for my slingshot practice with the arrows that also have to be fixed. But see, if I end up with a good arrow, but I've got things that might need replacing, then I can just replace them. That's why I hang on to them. I know it seems like I'm hanging on to stuff I shouldn't, but I am trying to work through, you know, parting with things, letting it go, because I've done that for years. I do give things away. More arrows to fix down there. And I'm working on not collecting all of the things that I see as treasure and trash, but come on. we've got to test this out to see how well it stays lit and how long it stays lit in a fire, because I mean, I just couldn't bear to see those go into the recyclable, and I think I can do something with them and with that one. So, oh, found this while cleaning stuff out. Look at these great drawers. Cleaned it up. Need to fix it. But then I'm like, I'm just going to be using it for metal parts. So, you know, I can grab, there we go. See, stuff for my arrows right in there. But look at all these great compartments. If I need to, you know, put even, you know, solder pieces. I had one laying here from the other day, soldering a watch part. See, balled up. Really, that should go in there, because what happens is if someone else comes out here to work, they might not even know that's there. So you guys get the idea. As I cleaned out, which is great, I found things that could be used for more organization. Now, granted, these might find their way back into the recycle. But for now, since I do have a place to put them and ponder, I'll ponder for a bit, and then I will let them go back into the universe if I'm not going to use them. So, yeah, I know. Seems like craziness, but for me, I am loving this. And then it makes you happy instead of like, oh no, I've got to go solder that piece for a customer. It makes you happy when you know, hey, I get to go out there and the space is cleared. I can walk out there and have some breathing room. Yes, there's a grease spot there. But I have to say that we moved here with the grease spot, and we've just never done anything with it because it's usually covered up by more clutter. And you can see that we're still working on getting clutter out, working on a bike that we're probably going to just let go. But if you're like me, your garage is multi-purpose. We have, and this gets cleaned all the time. My daughter actually just cleaned that, but you know, life goes on. And we have three rescue cats. So that's the big area there. And so it's multi-purpose. Have a cat. One of the cats doesn't eat with the other cats because the other cat likes to eat its food. And so we've got that out here. We've got a paint area to clear, paint and varnish. So this is due for the rest of the cleanup. And as you see, can't do it all at once, although I have spent hours out here at times when you get into the zone. Another tip is, of course, I found this bathroom organizer. And generally, I used to keep on my board here my different tweezers that I might use. You know, I've got some tweezers like this that I can use almost like a third hand, and then just different tweezers that I use for soldering and other little things, picking up little small parts. So I used to keep them like right here, but now I've repurposed it because I need to see my board, and these are some cloth that were being thrown away that I tore up for rags for the workroom. And what's great about those is if you don't want to deal with the grease in the washing machine, I cut them even smaller. And then when I use it, it's a one-use toss if I have to. And if it's not anything too bad, like if I'm using them after I go ahead and dunk something into, this usually has water in it for when I'm soldering, but if I go ahead and quench something and just am doing a wipe, then it can be rewashed, obviously. But I also do that with t-shirts. Some of the t-shirts that we might have a hole, so they're not, you can't give them away, they just going to be tossed. I cut them up and use them in that manner. And I use these pockets for more files, scrapers. Anyhow, the reason I'm telling you about this was used by my daughter when she was younger and went to camp, but I hated to not repurpose it. Now, clearly I could have given it away, but I knew that I needed something to hold some of my items. And then this one is going to be used for camping. It opens up like that, and I can keep different tools and items that I might need if I'm hiking. So it's here because it's already got tools in it. And I like to have an idea of where people go, a zone, if they need something when they're starting a fire outside or other things are going on. So that is why those are there. And I'm telling you because think about all the different things you can do with organizers. I mean, think outside the box is what I'm saying. And I know many of you already do that. So what you guys need to do is when you're thinking outside of the box or things that you have done in the past or thought about, please tell me, please tell all of us so that we can learn because we're all here to learn. And yes, this looks terrible. This is my twine that I use for all sorts of things. One is to play with the cats or come out here and cut it off when you need to package a box or a gift. So that could be done a lot better, right? Okay, we'll figure that out another time. So you guys tell me your thoughts. Tell me anything that you think of that could be done better, because I love getting tips and ideas, things that, you know, sometimes people will tell me something and it just blows me away. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I never thought of that. I'm so glad you told me. So please tell me anything that you guys think of. You guys have, oh, the scissors. See, look at that. You can just hang them on one of these hooks. And these cut through just about anything. And then I do have my rods and everything right over here. So yeah, you guys tell me what you think. Oh, can't wait to make some earrings from these. I'm gonna cut those apart with my snips. I've done that before, but it's been a while. All right, you guys take care.